Hey everyone, Julien here. In this video, I'm gonna show you how to build a real-time AI threat detection and response system on AWS. Yep, this is how companies detect and respond to security threats before they cause damage. Now let me give you a scenario. Imagine this. One of the EC2 servers starts acting weird. Maybe it's talking to a dangerous IP address. Now AWS GuardDuty detects it right away, like a smart security guard. Then it sends an alert to a system called EventBridge. That alert goes straight to your inbox using SNS, so you know what's happening. At the same time, a Lambda function is ready. It can stop that server or lock it down with just one click. So today, I'll walk you through building this powerful automatic threat detection and response system step by step. So whether you are a cloud DevOps engineer or learning cybersecurity, this project is awesome for your portfolio. Alright, let's get into it. Now in this project, we are diving into a powerful serverless real-time security solution in AWS, and here is exactly how it works step by step. Let's look at this architecture. Now first we have CloudTrail. Now think of AWS CloudTrail like a security camera for your AWS account, okay? It records everything happening, like who logged in, what they did, and what services were accessed, okay? Now here, CloudTrail delivers API call history across your AWS infrastructure, all right? Then we have GuardDuty, the AI security analysts. Now AWS GuardDuty is like a smart AI security guard. It watches those CloudTrail logs, learns from them, and flags anything suspicious, like a potential hacker or malware. Here, GuardDuty will continuously analyze CloudTrail, VPC flow logs, and DNS logs using machine learning-based threat intelligence to detect anomalies like port scanning, exfiltration, or non-threat actors, alright? Then we have the CloudWatch event. This is going to be the alert dispatcher. Here, once GuardDuty detects something fishy, it triggers CloudWatch events. Think of this like an alarm system that goes off when something bad happens, alright? Here, when a threat is found, it sends the finding to EventBridge. So here we're going to use EventBridge, which is a serverless service that uses events to connect application components together, making it easier for you to build scalable, event-driven applications, alright? Now here, EventBridge will route this into two targets. Here we have SNS, Simple Notification Service. This will act like your digital mailman. It takes the alarm from CloudWatch and sends an email to you or to your security team with details. So here SNS receives GuardDuty events payload via CloudWatch events, then formats them if needed, and send them to subscribed endpoints like email, Lambda, or HTTPS, okay? We'll have the Lambda auto response. This will stop the attack automatically. So here's the cool part. This Lambda function will jump into action. For example, it can isolate an EC2 instance, revoke suspicious IAM permissions, or block an IP automatically without you doing anything. Then here you'll get a nicely formatted custom email alert when something goes wrong, so you're not left in the dark. So let's put it together once again. CloudTrail logs the activity, GuardDuty scans for threats, EventBridge triggers alerts when threats are found, SNS sends you a notification, then Lambda automatically takes down the threat. Now remember, all this happens in real time, making your AWS environment smarter, faster, and more secure. Now the first step, you're going to enable GuardDuty and CloudTrail. Now let's start enabling CloudTrail. Now here, Amazon CloudTrail is going to record all AWS IP calls and activity in your account, alright? So to do that, go to your console, search for CloudTrail, and here is the CloudTrail console. If it's not already enabled, click Create Trail. Here choose Management Event. Then here choose to log to an S3 bucket. It's going to save those logs to an S3 bucket. Then click Create Trail. Alright. Now here your account will record all actions taken by users, roles, and services. Okay. Next, let's enable GuardDuty. Now here Amazon GuardDuty will analyze CloudTrail. It will also analyze DNS, VPC flow logs, and more, using machine learning plus threats intel to detect suspicious behavior. Alright. Now here just head over to the GuardDuty console. Now here you can see you can enable GuardDuty features, and you can try it with 30 days at no cost on the AWS free tier. Alright. Here, just click Enable, and that's it. Now, once GuardDuty is enabled, AWS will start monitoring your environment using CloudTrail, VPC flow logs, and DNS logs, okay? Here, GuardDuty is now scanning your account for threats like credential theft, unusual login behavior, port scanning, and more, all right? And as you can see here on the GuardDuty console, there is no findings or any security threats as of now, all right? Now, step 2, we're going to create an SNS topic for alerts notifications. Now, here we're going to create an SNS topic, which is a simple notification service. This will send alerts to you or to your security team. Now, head over to Amazon SNS console. In the left navigation pane, click Topics, then click Create Topic. Here, choose Standard Type. Then here, give your topic a name. I will name it GuardDuty Threats Alert. You can name it wherever you want. Scroll down and click Create Topic. Once the topic is created, you need to create a subscription, all right? So click Create Subscription. For protocol, choose email. You can see we have other method here, but for this demo, we'll use email. Then here for endpoint, enter your email address. I'll enter mine here. Make sure you enter your valid email address because you will use it later on. Then click Create the Subscription. Now you will receive a confirmation email in your inbox. Now open your inbox and check for the confirmation email. There it is. Now before we proceed, here when using Amazon SNS email subscriptions, now, by default, SNS sends confirmation emails from Amazon-owned domain, all right? Now, depending on your email provider, like Gmail, the one I'm using here, sometimes these providers filters these emails and they can end up in spam or junk. Because SNS emails typically come from something like noreply@sns.amazonaws.com, which is a shared domain. So if you don't see this email in your inbox, you can check your spam. So if you're creating a production alert, I'll suggest using Amazon SES, which is simple email service with your verified domain. For example, something like alerts, yourdomain.com. Now here SES gives you a full control with higher trust email providers, which dramatically reduces spam issues, all right? But for personal or test use, we'll use SNS, which is fine, as long as you use filters to never send SNS emails to spam. Now, to confirm your subscription, open the email address from Amazon SNS. Now, here there are many ways to confirm your subscription. You can either confirm your subscription by clicking the confirmation link in the email, or you can confirm your subscription by using the AWS Management Console, all right? So I'll copy this confirmation link. Instead of clicking Confirm Subscription Link, right-click on it and select Copy Link Address. Then go back to your SNS console. In the navigation pane, click on Subscriptions. Here, find the subscription with the status pending confirmation and select it. Click the Confirm Subscription button. In the dialog box that appears, paste the entire URL you copied from the email and click Confirm Subscription. And now you can see your subscription is confirmed and active. And now you are connected to receive real-time alerts notifications. Now the next step, we're going to create a Lambda function for automated response. Now this is where we'll define the actions to be taken when a threat is detected. For example, we'll create a Python function that isolates or shut down a compromised EC2 instance. Before we create the Lambda function, we need to create an IAM role for that function. So go to the IAM console, then click on roles, then click create role. For trusted entity type, select AWS service. For use case, choose Lambda, then click next. Here we're going to search for some policies. Search for Lambda basic execution role. This allows our function to write logs to CloudWatch, which is essential for debugging. Now here I'm going to name this role something like GuardDuty Lambda role. click Create. Now let's go ahead and create the Lambda function. Head over to the Lambda console, click Create Function. Here choose author from scratch. Then here name your function. I'll name it something like GuardDuty Automated Response. For runtime, choose Python 3.13. For architecture, choose 64-bit. Then here for permissions, choose the existing role. So here select the IAM role we just created. And then click Create Function. Now here the Lambda function is created. Now let me quickly walk you through the Lambda function. So here's our Lambda function. So basically this Lambda function will take the threads from GuardDuty and turns it into a clean professional security alert. All right. So here we will analyze details like the instance ID, the public IP, the threads type, and we can even include a remediation recommendation or a solution for the threats. Here's the quick look at the code. Don't worry, I'll link everything in the description. So I want you to copy this code and paste it into the Lambda IDE. Then click on Deploy. Then we're going to configure the environment variables. In the Lambda function, click on Configuration. Go to the Environment Variables tab and click Edit. Here, add new variable. For key, enter SNS topic ARN. For value, we're going to paste the ARN of the SNS topic we created. So head over to SNS. Then copy this ARN ID. And then paste it here. And click Save. Now, before we proceed, our Lambda function's IAM role is missing something here. So here we need to add the right policy permission to publish to our SNS topic. All right. So what we need to do here is to attach a policy to allow SNS publish. Now to do that, go to the IAM console, then click on roles, and here search for our existing GuardDuty Lambda role. Here under permissions, we have one policy. We need to add another one. Here click add permissions, then create inline policy. And here for the JSON code, I want you to paste this policy. Link in the description below. So here you need to replace your region, your account ID, and your topic name with your actual values. All right. So I'll go ahead and do that. Then once you're done, click next. Then here enter a policy name. I'll name it allow SNS publish. Then click create policy. Now the next step, we're going to add EventBridge to trigger Lambda and SNS. All right. So in this step, we are going to create an EventBridge role to trigger our Lambda function and send a notification when GuardDuty detects a specific type of threat. So here we're going to combine everything we've just created with this Amazon EventBridge. All right. In the left navigation pane, click Roles, then click Create Role. So here I'm going to name it something like GuardDuty EC2 threat role. Then for event bus, leave it as default. Then for role type, we're going to select a role with an event pattern. Then click Next. Then here for event source, we're going to select this one here, AWS events or EventBridge partner events. Then here for event pattern, event source will select AWS services. Then for AWS services, we'll select GuardDuty. Then for event type, let's select GuardDuty finding. So a quick note here. Now I want you to copy this small piece of code. This is an EventBridge pattern. All right. So this EventBridge pattern is going to filter security events generated by Amazon GuardDuty. All right. So what it does, this pattern specifically looks for a security finding where an EC2 instance in your AWS account is communicating with a non-Blackhole IP address. All right. So this behavior is often associated with Trojan malware. So in simple terms, these act as a rule to catch a very specific alert from your AWS security system. Now, when GuardDuty detects this threat, this pattern will match this event, allowing you to trigger an automated action, such as sending a notification or starting a remediation workflow. As you can see here, we have source is AWS GuardDuty. This will filter events from Amazon GuardDuty. Then we have detail type. This specifies that the event must be a security finding from Amazon GuardDuty. Then here we have the GuardDuty finding type, which is Trojan EC2 BlackholeTraffic. So this will work only when GuardDuty finding type is exactly this one, Trojan EC2 BlackholeTraffic. So basically this finding indicates that an EC2 instance is generating a traffic to an IP address that is a known black hole, which is a strong signal of a compromised instance. So in our case here, this will be identified as a security threat. All right. Then click next. So here we're going to select a target. For target 1, here we have target type. We'll choose AWS service. Then select a target. Here we'll select a Lambda function. All right. Then for function, select our existing Lambda function, this one here. Then click next. All right, here let's review everything. Here we have the rule name, the event pattern. Then we have our target here, which is Lambda function. And then click create rule. All right. We're almost done. Now let's simulate the threat and test everything. So in this step, we're going to test the whole pipeline. So we're going to use the AWS CLI to generate a sample GuardDuty finding that simulates a threat. This is the most direct way to trigger the entire workflow. So I want you to open your terminal or your command prompt that has the AWS CLI configured. All right. Now here I have mine configured. If I check AWS configured list, you can see here I have my profile setup, all right? If you don't have it, you can easily create one. Just go to your IAM console and create a new user. You can name it whatever you want. So we are going to use this user to simulate a threat. You can grant this user an administrator access just for testing purposes, and then create an access key and a secret key to set up AWS CLI. If you don't know how to do that, check out my previous videos on how to set up an AWS CLI, all right? Now, once your AWS CLI is configured, we're going to simulate an attack, all right? Now, I want you to paste this code, link in the description below. Here we have AWS GuardDuty create sample findings. Then here, find your GuardDuty detector ID. So navigate to the GuardDuty console, click on settings in the left bar. This is the GuardDuty detector ID. Copy this ID and then paste it here. And then here we have finding types is Trojan EC2 BlackholeTraffic. All right. So basically this command tells GuardDuty to create a sample finding that mimics unusual behavior from an EC2 instance that is making outbound connection to known malware, which will trigger our EventBridge rule. Now let's test the threat. I want you to hit enter. Now let's verify that each component of our project worked as expected. All right, let's check for the SNS notification. Go to your email inbox that you subscribed to the SNS topic. And here you will immediately receive a clean alert in your inbox. As you can see here, we have the subject GuardDuty alerts, EC2 threat detected, which is cool. And it's from AWS notification from SNS. Here we have the details. We have type Trojan EC2 BlackholeTraffic. We have the description here. Here I have the instance ID, the IP address, the region, and the time the threat was made. All right. Now remember, this is a simulation threat. This is not a real threat, but this gives you an idea of how a real threat will look like. And let's also check GuardDuty console and see if a threat has been detected. And as you can see here, we have one threat found. This was not here before. And here we have the level of the threat from low, medium, high to critical. And based on this, you can look at the most high or critical threats so you can fix them as soon as you can. And in our case here, our threat is at level medium. All right. And here we have the affected EC2 instance with this dummy instance ID. All right. Then we have the finding type, which is Trojan EC2 BlackholeTraffic. And finally, we have findings by security, which is medium, and the date the threat was made. And what I like about this, it gives you a recommendation action to take about the threat. All right. It says here you can isolate or stop the EC2 instance and investigate for malware or unauthorized traffic. All right. And down here we have a link so you can learn more about the threat, which is cool. So there you have it. A fully automated real-time threat detection and alerting system built entirely with serverless AWS services. This setup is very powerful for improving your security features and allows you to react to threats faster than ever. Alright? Now before you go, I want you to delete all the resources created in this video to avoid monthly bills because this video was for testing purposes only. You can expand this project even further by adding more actions or remediation steps to the Lambda function. For example, automatically isolate the EC2 instance by changing its security group, which I'll be covering in my next videos. Feel free to subscribe so you don't miss it. Please hit the like button, subscribe for more cloud and security content, and let me know in the comments if you have any questions or ideas for future videos. Thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next one.